Oh,
Fantastic.
we spend too much time sitting down these COVID days.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
right, let's get the slide deck happening again. And thank you very much, Grace. And Mimi, sorry, before this is the part that that you were kind of primed to introduce. So over to you, Mimi.
Hi guys, I'm Mimi Manliose. I'm an Agile lead, and I'm also the ambassador for England and the archiving lead as well for the festival. I'm so excited to be here. So right now, I'd like to invite everyone to turn off the cameras so that we can turn our focus to the speakers. The first speaker that we have today is Padmini Nidumolu. She's a thought leader and a speaker, and she's also creating seats at the Agile table for women like me. The second speaker we have is also Nana Bambara Aban. He's the CEO of Acadity in Accra, Ghana, and that organization is one of the organizations leading the way to Agile in Africa. He's also an enterprise agility coach and a trainer. Let's make them feel very welcome.
Woo!
They're going to be talking about Ubuntu, and that is all about linking hearts and minds to build community. Thank you very much.
You know, we're all reading your poster stickers.
It's all Agile based. It's really sad. Nothing interesting going on here.
The basics are good. The basics are good.
Thank you so much, Mimi. And Nana, I can see you on the video. I'm trying to search for you. But, all right. So hello, everyone. It is fantastic to be part of this festival. And we wanted to talk about Ubuntu, which is extremely important and impactful at the junction where we are. And we will talk about the spirit of Ubuntu and what it means in the context of where we are. So as we go through, a few decks we have put together, very simple flow, just kind of put us all in the context of our conversation here. Nana, do you want to add anything before we get started?
I'd just like to say it's great to be here. And I'm really excited about this festival. I'm excited about the organizers. I'm more excited about the participants. It just gives me great joy. I can see so many people's names that I recognize from around the world. And so I'm excited. So really, really pleased to be here. And again, this is not Wakanda Forever. This is Ubuntu Forever.
I love that. I love that. Awesome. So can we switch to the slide flow? Yes, here it is.
Great.
And Ubuntu, right? Nana, it is about I am who I am because of who we all are. I think that's the pivot. That's the mindset, which holds our future very strongly together.
Yes, correct. Correct. In Africa, many villages and many tribes across the continent, we have a proverb or a parable, a way of describing the principle of care of Ubuntu. And we say it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise a child. So that's a principle that we tend to work with on the ground. In many villages, people show the principle of care as we come together to celebrate life and to celebrate community. So it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a community to make a movement.
Absolutely. Yeah, so let's move on. I think, Nana, you wanted to talk about our desire, and it's time to celebrate.
Yes. Our desire, we want a world where our collective spirit is constantly expressing itself through our human-to-human connections, a way of life that sustains and celebrates Ubuntu. You know, we want, this is our desire. This is both our desire, but also something that we want to celebrate as a community, as a group of people, as a movement, as a network, like Scott said earlier, a network. You know, we want to live in this world where we can celebrate our human-to-human connection. And what we call H2H is, we say it's no longer B2C, B2B or B2C or B2G or B2E, you know, it's no longer about all of these different business models. No, it's always been about people. It's always been a human-to-human connection. And so for us, that collective spirit is what we're talking about here today, that we want to make sure that as we come together, let's remember the essence of who we are, our humanity.
Yes.
And so we want to call on all our brothers and sisters around the world, you know, globally, South America, North America, Canada, you know, Pacific, Far East, Europe, Africa, Caribbean. We want to call on all our brothers and sisters around the world, regardless of the languages we speak and the challenges that we face, we have one humanity. So, Padmini, you're going to take us through this?
Yes. Thanks, Nana. And that was powerful, right? It's one humanity. And just want to take you all back to the space where Agile Manifesto was co-created by 17 men with a vision for customer-centric software delivery, right? It was best intended to kind of get that high-quality product out of the door. And if we were to reimagine the future of Agile with a vision of co-creation by both men and women and all aspects of your organization and the community, and if you look at the success of the future organizations will not depend on adopting Agile or Agile mindset alone, but it's about adopting a mindset that challenges the boundaries and structural barriers that limit the underrepresented groups like women and others and bring out their best. And by being anti-patriarchal, and most importantly, be of service to the community, to our community. So this incredible festival that we are all part of, through several events, we have about 650 events, as Scott was mentioning. These are all lined up across the globe to offer the much needed opportunity for all of us to reflect on how far we have come in this journey. It's incredible, isn't it? And so now is the time to reimagine the future of Agile and take a deeper look at how we are meeting diversity, inclusion, equity than ever before in everything we do, right from laying the pathways and the foundations to a brighter future of Agile and to build inclusive organizations all across. And what is ahead of us is really a set of infinite possibilities for equitable practices, inclusive culture, and systems that are co-created by a diverse and inclusive group of passionate Agilists. That's the future we are looking at. And Indra Nooyi, my role model, says, help others rise. And greatness doesn't come alone from your position or from being in the position of power, but it lies in pulling others up. And we all have an obligation to do so. And every drop counts. Each one of us have that obligation and responsibility to pull the others up so there can be a quantum leap in our journey towards a future where people can reach their best potential. And that's how great teams and organizations are built. I hope you all agree with me. So this takes us to the next thought that made this all possible. Scott, if you can lead us to the next in the line here. So I wanted to mention about what started off as a very simple dream and a very small thought for me evolved into co-founding an organization called Lean and Agile, which is a nonprofit community organization by the community for the community. This is to raise the floor and offered the platform for women in Agile to connect, to create, to collaborate. And I still remember the day that Scott and I were having a casual conversation about the festival, and I said, we need a psychologically safe space for women to come together, freely express and share their challenges and brainstorm what might work for them. And he jumped on it right away because I think it resonated with him, the idea of a dream he had to pull the Agile community together, and we're all here to reflect and create a great future. And he gracefully invited the idea and said, come on in, right? Let's enable those conversations to enable, these great festival and events. So now Lean and Agile has about 6 Lean and Agile events across time zones. We are following the sun as part of the festival. And I think if I can enable the change, each of you can, each of us can. And I wanted to wrap my thoughts with a call to a very crisp, specific action to bring the spirit of Ubuntu in everything you do, which is on because of who we all are. My call to action would be recognize the unconscious bias that exists in all of us. And there is a reason why it's called unconscious. It takes effort to be humble and to address the biases. So observe your actions in relationship with your words. Train yourself to observe where you're drifting, and also constantly gauge yourself. Was there compassion and empathy in my actions? Because you all agree, compassion is the interconnectivity of all beings between all of us. So I think the question we all need to ask ourselves is, do I do what I say I do, or think I do what I say? Because at the end, I am, because we are all here together. So just want to wrap that up with that thought and call to action. This will be a great collaborative event, and looking forward to all the 650 events to make this a possibility. Nana.
Ubuntu Forever.
Yes.
Ubuntu Forever.
Right, everyone,
Forever,
turn your microphones on. Everyone, Ubuntu Forever.
Ubuntu Forever.
Ubuntu Forever.
Right, Nana, take it home.
Scott,
Nana,
mute.
Nana, take us home now. Ubuntu Forever.
I think you're on mute, Nana. You need to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm back. What is the need of the hour, brothers and sisters? So, this is a time for us to reflect, to reset, to pause, and to take a moment to look at what makes us great, our H2H, our shared humanity, this human-to-human connection that we're talking about. We want to go back to what makes us human. And this is what we really want to communicate today, that brothers in South America and sisters, brothers and sisters all over the world, in North America, Pacific, Asia, Far East, Europe, across Africa, the Caribbean, we want to say to all of us, Ubuntu Forever. Because you are, I am. And because I am, you are. One of our greatest writers from Africa, Dr. Chinua Achebe, Professor Emeritus, in his book, Things Fall Apart, he writes, things fall apart, the center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loose upon the world. And we feel very strongly that the reason why things kind of fell apart some 2 decades ago and 10, let's say 10 years, and over the last few years, we've had many difficulties and challenges in the global Agile community, is simply because the center could not hold. Why? Because Ubuntu was missing. The spirit was missing. and we got caught up in many methods and certifications and many other arguments and debates, and we lost sight of something very special. Perhaps we didn't have a way to describe this thing, but now we have a way to describe it. It's called Ubuntu. It's called H2H. It's called care. It's called love. So let's use this moment, everyone, to celebrate. Let's make some noise. Let's celebrate. And let's keep saying to each other, Ubuntu forever. This is the need of the hour. Hey, who's that? Hey.
Scott.
So,
Whoa.
please join me and say, Ubuntu forever.
Ubuntu forever.
Ubuntu forever.
Forever. Oh, I love that. People at the heart of Agile. That was beautiful, guys. I loved, absolutely adored it. Absolutely adored it.
The global Agile movement is deeply rooted now in the principle, in the belief of Ubuntu, because Ubuntu is what brings us together. Everything else is what separates us. And so we want to keep coming, and I want to keep encouraging. So use this moment. I think the host muted everyone, so muted me as well. So greetings, everyone. And again, I just want to leave you with something very special. Scott, can I do something a little bit disruptive?
That's why I booked you.
Okay, guys. So I just want to say to you that this is how much this festival means to me. And my family is really upset with me, but they're happy for me as well. And I got people who are really worried about me. And although now I've been, giving the all clear, but I'm actually speaking to you from my hospital room.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yes, many people don't know that I'm actually speaking to you guys from my hospital room. And by the way, I'm a farmer, organic, organic farmer. I'm into medicine, traditional healing and traditional medicine. So, we have organic farms and we're doing healing and retreats and healing villages. And so I'm actually speaking to you guys. This is how much this means to me. I haven't taken any business meetings. I'm not allowed to even answer my phone. And so I'm actually doing this from my hospital room. And I just want to say that I'm incredibly excited. And I want to thank Yusuf, Scott, everyone else who's organized this wonderful event and festival, to say thank you for giving Africa a voice. I've always felt that Africa has a voice in the global Agile community, and people like Giles and many others that I've met through Surrounding London and Agile in Africa. I've just been so excited that for the first time, Africa has been given a voice to be able to speak to the world, to say, Africa, we have something here. We have people here. We have a voice, and we really want you to hear our voice. We have experiences in Africa, how we do Agile, or how we be Agile, how we practice Scrum or Kanban, and all the other wonderful practices. For us, it's less about those things. For us, it's more about our humanity. It's about who we are. It's about who you are, and it's about how we can come together. So as you can see, I'm plugged in. I just came off my drips to make this presentation and to be able to celebrate with all of us. And so thank you very much, Scott, and thank all of you. I really want to say thank you. I'm really high on energy that you guys have given me today. And I just want to say that I really love you all. I love you all. And I'm looking forward to making more disruptive statements and comments. And my last disruptive one, I've been saying for so many years that it's about time we upgraded the Agile Manifesto, and we need to add something to the 12 principles. We need to add something to the 12 principles, and that's the principle of care. The 13th principle, which I'm really, 13 is supposed to be some bad luck number. No, it's not. It's a good luck number. And so for me, the principle of care is the 13th principle that I want to introduce. I've been talking about it a lot. Without care, all the other 12 principles are redundant. And you can ask me this question later, because I'll tell you, if you care about something, then you do something about it. You pay attention. You show love without race or color or gender or disability. You will not care about or money or whatever. You know, the principle of care is what transforms the world into a world a better place.
Nana, when you're better, let's you and I do a talk about this in the festival, a whole talk around about the principle.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that would be a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Ubuntu Forever.
The most important part of care is self-care. So please look after yourself. Put that drip back in.
You guys are giving me energy right now, so I'm feeling your vibes. I'm feeling your energy.
Excellent.
So thanks, everyone. Padmini?
Yes. Thank you. I just wanted to say just one last thing to wrap up, Scott, which is, you know, in the Hindu philosophy, Ubuntu is represented as Vasudhaika Kutumbam, which means the world is one family.
Ah,
so
beautiful.
Manifested in different cultures and different philosophies and religions in different way. But on that note, back to you, Scott.